Got to start in Columbus because Ohio State blows out Penn State. What we thought was going to be the game of the year was hardly that, but Julian saying 4 touchdowns, 2 of them went to Jeremiah Smith. Successful weekend on the field and off of it. The Buckeyes, they've already gone on a run of commits, Steve. Who have they landed?
Well, they landed 2 of the state's top offensive linemen, Kellen Weimer out of Liberty Center and Mason Wilt out of St. Clairsville. Kellen Weimer is the number 4 interior offensive lineman in the country, rivals number 69 prospect overall, beat Notre Dame, Michigan, and Indiana, among others, to keep him home. And Mason Wilt, 6'5", 290 pounds, also in the fold. It is a terrific year at the point of attack in the state of Ohio, and the Buckeyes went out and landed 2 of the best in the state. They have the number 4 recruiting class in the land early in 2027.
All right, let's get to the juicy stuff. There were some big-time flip targets on campus, including Penn State offensive lineman Kevin Brown, wide receiver Legend Bay, who's committed to Tennessee, and, of course, DB J. Timmons, who is committed to Florida State. How did they do with some of these flip targets?
Josh, I think they could land all 3 of these guys. They all had fantastic trips to Ohio State over the weekend. The Buckeyes have rivals number 9 ranked recruiting class, but this could be a top 5 haul come the early signing period, which is exactly 1 month away. On December 3rd, these top prospects will start putting pen to paper, locking in their college futures. And these are guys coming out of the weekend that Ohio State has a great shot to land. And Kevin Brown is maybe the most surprising one of the group because he almost didn't take the trip. He took an official visit to West Virginia where his dad played early in the week, had a great experience in Morgantown. Obviously, he's still a verbal to Penn State and was back and forth on visiting, and he is very glad that he did. He told me it was awesome. They had everything for me. They treated me like a king. They're the best team in the nation for a reason. The facilities are top tier. Their coaching staff is beyond the best. The player development is unmatched. He said he's coming back for an official visit. The Buckeyes had 2 more home games, so I expect him at one of those where he'll get a chance to spend more time around the coaching staff and particularly get to spend more time around the players. With that, I like the way this one is trending for Ohio State. I do not expect him to sign with Penn State. So Ohio State or West Virginia and Ohio State, the arrow up on Kevin Brown. Jay Timmons, he's the number 2 corner in the country out of Pennsylvania, committed to Florida State, where his dad, Lawrence Timmons, was an All-American before a terrific NFL career where he was a Super Bowl champ and an All-Pro. So he's committed to the Seminoles. He's a legacy recruit, but Ohio State offered earlier this fall. They hit the ground running with the relationship with Tim Walton. He had a fantastic visit to campus this weekend, said best in America, BIA is something special. He loved the atmosphere on game day, talked about the culture of the program, how they maximize their players on and off the field from a development standpoint. He said a final decision should be coming soon, and I think Ohio State is trending up, and I certainly wouldn't be surprised if he was in Ohio State's class. I like the way it's trending there for Jay Timmons as well. And let's talk about the surprise visitor of the weekend, 4-star athlete Legend Bay from North Forney. He is one of the most explosive players in the country. He plays quarterback on Friday nights, but on the next level, he's going to be able to play running back, slot receiver, wide receiver in the return game. And when the ball is in his hands, whoosh, he can really go. He can make people miss. He can absolutely run. Ohio State is pushing hard for Legend Bay. He is committed to Tennessee, but Ohio State, again, has momentum with Legend Bay coming out of the weekend. Legend Bay and Jay Timmons, I think now we're in the modern recruiting part of those conversations. Mark Pantoni, Ohio State's off-field staff, general manager, talking with agents, family, the kid, about what it looks like at Ohio State. If those conversations go well, I think you look at Jay Timmons and Legend Bay as the next 2 to join the fold for Ohio State. And then you have Kevin Brown slated to take his official visit, where, again, when he gets around the players, I think that is the final box to check for him. How does he fit in with the guys? He loves the track record of player development and the magnitude of Ohio State football and the level that they're playing at right now as the defending national champs.
Yeah, you said the defending champs could also have their pick at a couple more. Who else would they like to add before signing day, Steve?
Yeah, they're really working right now. Edge rusher Drake Quinn is a guy that they would love to add to Kerry Wilder and some of the special players. that they have in the class. Drake Quinn from Georgia, former Clemson commit, going to take his official visit for the UCLA game. Tennessee, Texas, Miami, some of the other contenders. About CJ Bronow, four-star corner from the Sunshine State. He's committed to the Gators. He's also going to take an official visit for the UCLA game. Now, that one's in the development stages. Ohio State just offered, so they're trying to have that. They're really trying to take off there and move fast with him. Amari Latimer is a running back committed to Wisconsin right now from the Peach State that I've liked Ohio State's position for. Miami and Tennessee, where he visited this past weekend, are certainly realistic options as well. Micah Champ-Smith, a four-star offensive lineman, was at Tennessee this weekend. I like him better for Ole Miss or Tennessee right now based on what I'm hearing, but Ohio State will keep swinging. They've always loved him. He's always loved Ohio State. They may go linebacker route, in-state recruit Jaden Williams committed to Indiana. That's a tough flip, but they'll keep swinging. And they offered Wake Forest commit Braxton Rembert, who I'm expecting at the UCLA game as well on November 15th. So a lot of names out there for Ohio State as they look to close strong on the trail, capitalizing on what has been an awesome season to date.
Yeah, we talked about some 2026 names, but these teams, not just Ohio State, are fully involved in 2027. There's some big names on campus this weekend. Who do you think they made a move with?
Let's talk game time. The NFL season is halfway over, and who doesn't want to see their favorite team live and in person? The college football season is closing in on the playoff, and you want to see your team push towards postseason play in December. Well, getting deals on last-minute tickets can be frustrating when all you want to do is be there for the moment your team runs out on the field. Well, thankfully, the GameTime app gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing ticket experiences, and it only takes a few simple clicks. The app is easy to use, and the GameTime guarantee means you can trust that you'll get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. You can even get NFL games as low as $100. And that's why I use the GameTime app. It's super simple, and it makes the experience of buying great seats a breeze. I'll be using it in the near future for my favorite NBA team. Also, one of the coolest features I've seen is the GameTime lowest price guarantee. It's where GameTime will credit you 100% of the difference to guarantee you're getting the lowest price if you find cheaper tickets elsewhere. All right, here's what we're going to do. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use the promo code WILTFONG, WILTFONG, for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. That's Wiltfong, WILTFONG, for $20 off game time. Last minute, lowest prices guaranteed.
Well, obviously, they landed the two commitments from in-state, Weimer and Wilt. Mark Matthews, Rivals' number one ranked offensive tackle, 5-star from Fort Lauderdale, St. Thomas Aquinas, was on campus. Mm-hmm. He is someone that's always had Ohio State in his lead group, got a chance to see it for himself. I expect him to be back and Ohio State to be a major contender moving forward. The number one player overall in the Rivals industry rankings, 5-star number one corner, John Meredith. He made it up to Ohio State for the first time, stuck with the Buckeyes trip instead of going over to SMU. Texas A&M is my early Rivals prediction, but Ohio State, Alabama, two programs giving him a lot to think about at this point in his recruitment. Rashad Streets is a pass rusher from North Carolina that had a fantastic visit. Khalil Taylor is a receiver from Pine Richland, same high school as Jay Timmons, that was offered during his experience, that had a really awesome time on campus. And another receiver that Ohio State's doing a great job with is Blake Wong from out west.
All right, Ohio State fans, you can kind of feel it. You can feel it building right now. Ohio State's finish on the recruiting trail is going to be something to watch. You guys talked to Steve and I. Who is your most important flip target headed down the stretch? Let us know. Comment section below.